Hello, welcome to my video. Today I'm going to show you how to build the ultimate material farm. It's super useful and I definitely recommend it if you finish the game and want to start building. This is a quick overview of what mine looks like. I chose the area Rocky Ridges since it was my least favorite area and I wasn't planning on building there anyways. Before we start, I'd recommend dedicating an entire island to this. Pick an area you don't really know what to do with. It doesn't have to look good. This is more about functionality than aesthetics. First, I dedicated each house to a different item. So things like stone, clay, small logs, twine, and iron ore. This is the minimum setup for a house, so just some walls and a door. I add 3 pieces of furniture, so usually a bed, a decoration, and a toy. Then a community box. And I also add a berry tree because they need food as well. It's because the happier they are, the more they'll work and the more they'll produce litter. The first house we're going to look at is the stone. In most of the houses, such as this one, I have 3 litter Pokemon and 1 gather Pokemon. Usually the fossil Pokemon drops stone. And as you can see, it's going pretty well. Over here is going to be my house for iron ore. I have 1 gather Pokemon and 3 litter Pokemon. And one of the litter Pokemon, which is Garbodor, actually has the recycle ability, and he helps me with paper and turning non-burnable garbage into iron ore. The next one is going to be Twine. You can add these litter Pokemon plus 1 Gatherer, and I actually have a bit too much Twine, and I don't really have much use for it, so it's not like a useful one. The next house is going to be small logs and lumber. So this one's a bit different. I have only 1 litter Pokemon because he's the only one available, which is Haxorus, and he litters small logs. And then I have 2 chop Pokemon, which turn the small logs into lumber, and also 1 gatherer. My last house is Squishy Clay. And in this one, I have 3 litter Pokemon and 1 Gatherer. And sometimes my fire type Pokemon also come here to turn the clay into bricks. Up here is going to be my farm. First, I have my honey farm, which I always use because I never know where my Pokemon are. When you use honey on a Pokemon's habitat, they usually spawn immediately. And I have Coombe living here and also Vespa Queen. Over here are my crops. So I have potatoes, tomatoes, wheat and beans. I used sprinklers, which I 3D printed, and apparently you could actually be more efficient. They water up to 60 spaces. It's also a good idea to have a Pokemon with a grow ability living in this area. My fire type Pokemon live in this house, and they usually turn my ores into ingots, and also my clay into bricks, and also my Pokemetal as well. I put my furnaces inside the house, and they actually do it automatically without me making them follow me. So that's pretty much my main area for all the main materials. Over here's my berry farm, which turns my berries into paint. To get started, all you need is all the different types of berry trees and a house full of crushed Pokemon and a community box. Then you can harvest the berries and then deposit them into the community box, and your crushed Pokemon will automatically start making paint. And this is how mine works. So I turn off the water, and then my trees will start drying down. And because all the trees are dry, all my berries are dropping, making it much easier to suck them all up. And now I can just turn the water back on and collect them all. And here I just put the berries into the box, and Gravel is actually already working on making paint. I never make the Pokemon follow me, they do it on their own. And this is all the paint I've gotten from this system, and as you can see, it's working like really, really well. I almost need a new box. For all these berry trees, you could technically use a normal orchard, but if you want to be more productive and more efficient, I can also show you how to make it automatic. And on the other side of my house, I actually have a concrete mixer, and I just put limestone into it, and my crush Pokemon also automatically start making the concrete. Alright, let's start the berry tree tutorial. This is going to be really quick and easy. I'm not going to do the design of the house today that I did. I'm just going to do the actual like berry tree functionality. Okay, this is the materials list. You'll need one mini floodgate, which is unlocked from Bleak Beach at level 5 environment level, and a few smooth rocks, minimum 2, and you get this early on from building Onyx's habitat, and you can just 3D print some more. And you'll also need grass blocks and lots of building blocks. So first things first, you're going to need a very large piece of land. You're going to dig 13 times 8, so 13 wide and 8 blocks deep. Make sure you also leave space in the back because that's for the house, but this spot is for the trees. This is what it should look like. Now I'm going to decorate the surroundings with stone flooring. You can use any block, but I used the stone. So that should be the result. Now we're going to go to the top second row, and I'm going to fill it every second block with the white simple block. And again, you can use like any block you want, any color, but this is what I used. And then we're going to fill in the top like this. Using Magnemite mode, I'm gonna fill in the flooring with gravel on the first, third, fifth, and so on column. Don't forget to do the back as well. This is what it should look like from the top. And then on every second column with the dirt path, I'm gonna dig one down like this. And when you're done with all that, this is what it should look like on the front and the back. And now I'm going to do the back pass with the same stone flooring. So I did 6 blocks further down to create the foundation of the house. Yours should look like this from the front and the back. And now we're going to put our mini floodgate in the middle here. And we're also going to put our grate flooring here. And now we're going to put some of our stone flooring down like this. Now let's drink our fresh water and put it into this hole here. And put the grate flooring on top. And now we're going to test whether this works. And it does work, so that's perfect, but we're going to turn that back off. And now with the smooth rocks that you should have 3D printed, we're going to put them in each row. I would say you need a minimum of 2 smooth rocks. So if you only have 2, then you should only put it in the second and second last column. And now we're going to put our grass blocks 1 layer above the smooth rock layer. The grass should already be drying up like this because the water's not running. Okay, let's turn the water back on. Now we're going to plant each different type of berry tree, so 5 of each in each column. So I got these trees from taking photos of them on the Dev Cloud Island, and then I 3D printed them. And for some reason it's getting dry here, so I'm gonna put some stone flooring on this row as well. And then I'm gonna put blocks here to create a wall for the house. This is where our crush Pokemon will live. So I like to put an automatic door because it's easier for me to walk in and out. But you can actually put any door that you want here. And I'm going to finish building the rest of the wall. I put these blocks down so that it registers as a house, but you don't have to do that. You can also build a second floor like I did in my other example for the house. Alright, I'm gonna stop the house build here. I'll let you decide how to finish off building the house. You can design it in your own style, however you'd like. To finish this off, let's put down the community box. And now this farm is complete. So the next day, you're going to be able to harvest these berries. You just turn the water off and then turn it back on once all the trees are dry. Thank you so much for watching this video on Pokopia. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And bye.